A long story of a kingdom at a crossroads. Once, the United Kingdom told itself a story so often that it sounded like truth, that it was small but clever, battered but brave, diminished in size yet enlarged by history. The island wore its past like a tailored coat, frayed at the cuffs, still elegant in the cut. It remembered the clang of shipyards and the ink-stained ledgers of trade, the smoke-dark mills and the speeches that carried across bombed streets. It remembered standing when standing felt like the only moral option. But stories age, and one autumn evening, as rain stitched silver lines across the pavements, the kingdom felt something new, not defeat, exactly, something quieter, a weariness. The cities still glowed. London's towers blinked like a constellation made by accountants, not astronomers. Trains still ran, mostly. Pubs still poured, mostly. Yet beneath the surface, a current pulled in the opposite direction. It tugged at wages that no longer matched the rent, at promises postponed again and again, at the sense that tomorrow would cost more and deliver less. In the north, brick towns remembered the rhythm of shifts that no longer came. Red brick mills stood converted or abandoned, their windows blind with dust. The old certainty that if you worked hard, the ground beneath you would hold, had thinned. Young people learned a new dialect, fluent in applications and rejections, in 0 hours and a flexibility, words that bent like wire around their days. On the coasts, once proud resorts watched the tide bring in memories rather than money. Arcades flickered, the sea kept its appointments, faithful as ever, while councils trimmed budgets like sails in a storm. High streets, once a choreography of footsteps and chance encounters, became a row of "to let" signs, the fonts changing, the message the same. The institutions endured, heavy with ceremony. Parliament still argued beneath carved angels and stained glass, its rituals precise, its tempers familiar. Debates rose and fell like a tide that never quite reached shore. The language of governance grew technical, then tribal. Every problem acquired a slogan before it acquired a solution. The nation watched, half hopeful, half exhausted, as leaders promised turning points that felt suspiciously like circles. There was pride, of course. There always was. Pride in resilience, in humor sharpened by rain, in cues that behaved like moral achievements. Pride in science that saved lives, in artists who translated uncertainty into beauty, in volunteers who filled the gaps with tea and stubborn kindness. But pride can become a curtain, drawn to hide the cracks from the audience, and sometimes from the actors too. The schools taught Shakespeare and coding, but the classrooms leaked and the teachers counted weekends like rations. Hospitals healed with brilliance and triage, with compassion stretched thin across fluorescent nights. Care workers moved quietly through lives at their most fragile, paid with gratitude and little else. Everyone felt busy. No one felt ahead. The argument about identity, what it meant to belong, who we were, played out everywhere, on talk shows, at bus stops, across family tables. It was easier to fight about symbols than systems, about flags than foundations. Nostalgia offered certainty. Complexity demanded patience. The future, once imagined as a straight road paved by progress, looked instead like a maze with missing signs. And yet, this is a kingdom, not a corpse. On allotments behind terraced houses, people coaxed green from stubborn soil. In libraries repurposed as community hubs, strangers became neighbors. Startups bloomed in old warehouses. Orchestras rehearsed in drafty halls. Coders and carers, bakers and builders, kept inventing small ways forward. The island had always survived by improvisation as much as inheritance. The story of decline, told alone, is incomplete. It misses the quiet counterplot, a people learning, painfully. That past glory is not a pension, that slogans cannot replace scaffolding, that fairness is infrastructure. The kingdom is not going downhill in a single, dramatic slide. It is wandering, distracted, arguing with its own map. The danger is not that it will fall, but that it will forget how to choose a direction together. So the rain keeps falling, and the lights keep blinking, and somewhere between memory and possibility the island stands. The question is not whether it can remember what it was. The question is whether it can imagine, patiently, honestly, what it wants to become.